Hey YouTubers, in my previous video I talked about 3 or 4 cases that are going to brew before the New Jersey Supreme Court in the early days of Phil Murphy's administration. And instead of alluding to them, I'm going to talk about one that's going to be the biggest. And I'm going to give a little historical context. In the late 1990s, the voters of New Jersey approved a state constitutional amendment which requires voter approval for most forms of borrowing. In the case of Lance v. McGreevey, 180 NJ 590, the state Supreme Court set forth a test to determine whether or not voter approval was needed for the borrowing that the state government does. Now, here's the kicker. The constitutional limitation on borrowing has never been decided in the context of what happens if a third party, such as a financial management firm or a hedge fund, borrows on behalf of the state government as opposed to the state borrowing the money itself. The effect is the same. The taxpayers are still left to hold the tab, but the state isn't borrowing the money. They've contracted somebody else to do their dirty work for them, like a proxy or a straw man. So I'll give you this situation. Murphy said he is going to fully fund the state pension system. That in and of itself is a $13 billion endeavor at this point for all 6 different pension categories. Well, he's going to have to borrow to do that. Well, the governor, the legislature, they can't do that without voter approval. So here's what you do. You contract an outside entity to manage the state pension system, and they take on the debt as an agent of the state government, but it may possibly be attenuated enough not to run into the state constitution's borrowing limitation. And that is going to be the next case that goes before the New Jersey Supreme Court.